losing's impossible. Go against the team, the thing they know not to do. Bright lights, game on the line, do what I gotta do. Time after time, we do the impossible. It felt like yesterday, I was just driving my grandma's Chevrolet. From South Carolina to Maryland, I take the jet today. I'm still on the come up, I'm still building my resume. I still got a lot to prove, but still I'm heavyweight. I still gotta watch my moves. They try to defamate my character, but I won't let them. It's always checkmate. I'm still screaming, the world hope she. Mother Nature's my first shorty. Watch how I go ballistic, and I'm so terrific. Accounts is copacetic. I don't need no permission, but I'm so indebted to this game that I love, and most of all to the man above. Now check me out. Now it's just that Fridays was serving the greens. Before I was popping, I was nursing my dreams. Now I ain't never been a gangster, but I know a few things. I just rather get the bag and start collecting the rings. But I done spoke too much, close curtain and scene. I am not a human being, I'm a full machine. I ain't holier than thou, I don't judge, I sing. Just staying down for the come up till I reign supreme. Let's get it. Yeah, hit boy, we got another one. Ha! Man, y'all boys ain't ready for this, man. I'm still grinding, I'm still hungry, hungrier than ever. I feel unstoppable, losing's impossible. Go against the team, the thing they know not to do. Bright lights, game on the line, do what I gotta do. Time after time, we do the impossible.
It's another one. We got another one. It's her. Who that? Big baby slide through in that drop top. Something by Benz looking cute. That's honest. Her and her friends, big blinks and snatch waist. Yeah, she brought the. Ain't no way somebody daddy ain't gon' give her the spins with her ends. Cause yeah, she did it. She did it again. A few more tracks and this time she bought friends. Big baby on her way up.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State in the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the Los Angeles Rams and the Dallas Cowboys. Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week, and we are underway from AT&T Stadium. This one fielded at the 5. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
From the 22, Carr. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. But just 2 plays in, and Charles already their first sack defensively.
Yeah, how about that? That didn't take long, did it? And now they look at third down, and that's another time to try and go and get the quarterback, too.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here comes the Rams punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3 and out on the opening drive of the game. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Now with a play clock at 4, we're going to get a timeout called. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Down carry by Elliott. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Well, this defense for the Rams, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
They sure did, and the key number to me was total offense allowed, which was barely over 100 yards. That's a heck of a sign that this defense is really putting all the pieces together and doing it cohesively.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Again, it's Elliott. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. Now Prescott.
Open man layup. It's complete.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Now a first carry here for their running back. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal.
All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
2nd down and goal. Prescott got his man complete over the middle. It's Elliott. Touchdown! Ezekiel Elliott with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Cowboys get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point safely through, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
This one fielded at the 5.
Oh, good return up past the 30.
And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
And the stakes in this game certainly high as we get toward the end of the regular season. For now, they are holding a wild card spot, but there are no shortage of other teams in the NFC looking to take that spot from them.
Starting with the guys on the other side of the field because they're on the outside looking in, and no one likes to be in that position. You want to be in the room, not looking inside to see everyone else having fun.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. To throw his Carr. That'll be caught by Cobb. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Carr completes it. And some room to roam now. Touchdown, L.A.
For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And if you're looking for proof of his speed, Next Gen Stats shows that he was traveling just over 21 miles an hour there. This is taken just shy of the 10. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too. Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
These two teams all tied after one. On play action, Prescott. They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Darian Kendrick. And the Rams are going to take possession of the football. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Carr to throw. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
Damone Clark
charging hard from that linebacker spot, and he drops him for a loss of 11. From midfield, here's Carr. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Here comes the Rams punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
The Cowboys at 8-8 now on the year. Well, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
On 2nd and 12, Prescott, and the Rams got him. They bring him down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Their first sack of the game, and it doesn't come from a usual suspect, not somebody up front, but Charles, a defensive back getting in there.
And I can tell you from experience, he's beyond excited to make that play because you're exactly right. It isn't normal to call his number to run at the quarterback like that. Usually you're defending the pass, but he takes full advantage and dumps him to the turf.
It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's 4th down.
There's another example what defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They gave up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
Prescott to throw on 4th. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Rams get the football in outstanding field position. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And he'll take this down to the 33.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Caught out left side by Robinson.
And he's got a 1st down following a pickup of about 13 as we will take a pause here for the 2-minute warning. It'll be a handoff to Pollard. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on 1st down, exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
They go back to Pollard on 2nd down.
And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
Carr keeps it on the sneak. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the 1st. Give him 2 on the play there. And the Rams are set up now with a 1st and goal.
Well, they pick it up on 3rd and 1 on the quarterback sneak, and that's not easily done because there are extra bodies in there on the defensive side, and they're moving forward at the snap.
Yeah, I was certainly expecting a handoff. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams.
Cam Akers with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Rams will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And with just under a minute to go, they might try to think about mounting a drive here if they can and get in the end zone. Could potentially tie this game up. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up second.
Well, they got the lead, but it's certainly not a big one. And how do you keep control of that lead? Certainly not by that last play there. They gave up a big sack on the first play of this drive. Now it's double the distance to the first down marker.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third down and long. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Final play of the half, Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. So we've come to halftime. It's the visiting Rams taking the lead to the break. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the third quarter. And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. But, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12. Off the play fake, Prescott. His throw incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal. Often talk about it. You can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And that will be incomplete. It appears they're going to come up empty on this first drive of the second half, still down by that slim margin.
Yeah, and that's okay. You know, when you sit and analyze it, they're not happy about what happened, having to go to the bench. But this gives them a chance to let their defense do some work while they on the sidelines go over what they're doing offensively and formulate a proper plan.
And this ball is going to be touched down just shy of midfield.
Right now.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
That'll be caught. It's Cup. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A gain there of 21 yards. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him. And
he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Tony Pollard, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Rams go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now 21-7. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Reynolds. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down. But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Reynolds. Open man is Noah Brown. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Open man right side, it's Lamb. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Back to throw again. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 11 yards and a Cowboy 1st down. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's...
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 12 on the year.
Cowboys are back within a score. So there you go. They needed a big play, and they got one there on the touchdown run.
And that was a very important drive. Of course, they all are when you're trailing in the second half. But what I really liked, they didn't panic. They knew they still had time to run the football and keep playing their game.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away.
Very short kick taken right at the 20.
And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Carr trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick 6.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In the case of a defense, they want to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
Very short kick taken right at the 20.
And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35.
At their own 37-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now a give here to Pollard. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think we got to give it up for him right there. That's a heck of an athletic move for a big man right in the middle of the line. How about the play he makes there? Nowhere to run, and he finishes that one off for a loss.
On 2nd and 11 now. Carr. And his throw here's incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Carr. It's complete to Hopkins. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 16. 23 yards on the play.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Back now in Arlington. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard, and he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Carr now to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Cowboys will take over here at their own 12-yard line. Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick, whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or at worst, a punt. This time they had that opportunity but didn't get it because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone, and that allows the defense to tighten up their coverage, and they picked that one off.
Bobby Brown on the tackle.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
They go to Elliott again. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down. Another good run there. He's been good all season long. I don't know if he's going to win that MVP award, but just to be in the discussion, obviously that means he's had a great run.
The raw numbers put him in the discussion. Can he carry his team to enough victories? Can he put him in a spot where we say to ourselves, well, an MVP carries his team to the playoffs. That's what he's going to need in order to get that award.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Inside give to Elliott. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. This will be caught by Brown. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I like what I'm seeing from them here. Tie game in the 4th quarter. They understand the situation. They don't need to be in any rush. Go ahead and huddle up and run your offense. That last completion put them in a nice position to take the lead in this game.
Up the middle, here's Elliott. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And that's Elliott, complete. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on third down. Back to throw. Reynolds. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
On fourth down, Reynolds got a man. It's Brown.
He's got the first down and more than that.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A gain of 26 and a conversion there as well on fourth down. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Come on, set. Quick, yellow.
From the pistol, here's Elliott. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now a handoff as they run left side. And they'll get him down right about the 20. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
75 yards rushing for him now as his fine rookie season continues.
Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. Now Elliott. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Good work there, holding them out on 1st down. And this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try again with Elliott. And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime. They've just likely won this thing in regulation. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the 4th. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's going to be brought down inside the 5 at the 3.
Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
Now Carr. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
Probably time for 2 more shots, and ideally, they'd like to get to midfield or so they have a chance at a Hail Mary on the final play.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They'll run with Pollard. And that gets him a little room as he'll take this up over the 10-yard line. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner. Although on that last play they were so backed up it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded.